Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program Midday Discourse on Global Television. My name is Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining. Yes, today is International Girl Child Day, and on that note, we'll be looking at angles where girls have been impactful, and also be looking at the angles of what the theme for this year stands for. It says Girl Child Vision for the Future. You know, there are series of challenges facing that girls usually face, and we'll be extracting all of those and then be looking at other angles on how they can be able to overcome those challenges, as well as having an impactful future. But let me bring you up to date with the history and how dates when all of this celebration started. The United Nations General Assembly institutionalized the International Girl Child Day in 2011 through a resolution, which is thought was an important step towards making every girl's voice heard, and revealed the requirement of dealing with gender disparities around the world. It has since become one of the biggest platforms to fight for girls' rights and empowerment. This year's theme is Girls' Vision for the Future, emphasizing the urgent need for action and the hopeful aspirations of girls globally amidst various challenges such as climate change, conflict, and poverty. The day serves to highlight the unique challenge girls face and promote their empowerment rights and well-being through education, healthcare, access, and protection from violence. This are the focus of United Nations, and like they rightly said, the theme for this year is girls' vision for the future. Most girls have lots of vision for the future, but somehow, some way, they get constrained. So we'll be extreme angles on how they can be able to overcome all of these challenges and how they can be able to impact the future. They can be impactful globally because, like they rightly said, in an African adage says, if you train a girl child, you train a community. So women are very, very essential. Girl childs are very, very essential to the development of each community, each country, and whichever force you see women leading, most of those agencies tend to strive and do well. So on today's edition, we'll be extracting all of these angles, the challenges, what needs to be done, support they need to get from individuals, stakeholders, government, and even from family to be able to help them actualize all of these dreams. We'll be going on a quick break, and then when we return, I'll be introducing my guest, who is a gender activist who would help us extract all of these angles of today's conversation. Please do stay with us. We'll be right back.
Check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here. check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here. Time check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here. Time check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here.
thanks for staying with us. And if you're just joining, this is Midday Discourse, and we are x-raying the future of the girl child. And in the light is today is International Day for Girl Child and Girls' Vision for the Future. You know, in Africa, in Nigeria here, there are a few tribes that have this ideology of circumcising a girl child, which some persons have actually argued and said is totally wrong for something like that to happen to a girl child. And there are some kind of girl childs that, always want to do different things from the usual. Some going into athleticism, some wanting to be a doctor, and some wanting to be maybe nurses, bankers, and some even getting into politics, but they're being restricted and constrained by some policies. But now the world is evolving globally, and most girls now are deciding to take an easier route out so as to, see what is going to be better for them for their future. Some are deciding to venture more into business. Some are deciding to, create their own path, get into athleticism, and several angles. Ladies now are having visions, unlike before, where they would say is a taboo in some part of the this part of the country to train a girl child in school. So education is very, very key for every girl child out there, and most organizations that is being led and headed by women are actually doing extremely well. So when you train a girl child, they say, you train a community, and you would see the impact and how efficient it's going to be for a community to venture more and then have this ideology of giving almost the same level of education that they give to male child to female child as well, so as the equation will be balanced. We'll be going on another quick break, and then when we come back at that point, our guests will be online joining us from Akwa Ibom State, who would help us x-ray all of these angles of the conversation. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here. Time check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here. Time check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here.
Hello, Sam, are you there?
Yeah, many thanks for staying with us, and thank you so much if you're just joining now. We're about to have the conversation about girl child and then the girl's vision for the future. I have with me, who is joining me all the way from Akwa Ibom State, Dorothy Etim, who is a gender activist. Good afternoon, Dorothy. Thank you for joining. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I can hear you. Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's get in. Okay, as a girl that you are, let me say Happy International Girl Day for Girls Child to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so let's get into the conversation. You know, there are a lot of challenges that is being faced by girls globally. So what are the most significant challenges facing girls in terms of developing them, and as well as other challenges that they face while trying to pick a career path?
Okay. Thank you for the question. I'll first of all say that this year's team conveys both the need for urgent action and persistent hope, driven by the power of girls' voices and vision for the future.
Yes.
I hope you know the team for this year.
Yes, girls' vision for the future.
Okay.
Yes.
According to your question, today's generation of girls is disproportionately affected by global crisis of climate, conflict, poverty, and pushback, and hard-won gains for human rights and gender equality. If you look around you, you see that too many girls are still denied their rights. They are still restricting their choices and limiting their futures. You know, and but recent analysis shows that girls are not only courageous in face of crisis, but hopeful for the future. And if you look around you, every day they are taking action to realize a vision of a world in which all girls are protected, respected, and empowered. But seeing how things are, girls cannot realize this vision alone. They need allies who listen to and respond to their needs. They need, what I mean by allies, they need coaches, they need their parents, they need their pastors, they need pastors' wives, they need mentors and human activists. So can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. okay, they need human activists, people who have passion to see the girl child becoming something. You can see, if you listen to news, young girls are undergoing lots of challenges.
Yes.
Even when we are trying to reduce the challenges, some of them are still going through it. Example, early marriage. You see a girl of 8, 10 years old sent to go and marry a man of 40 something, 90 something. I don't understand. You are trying to quench the future of that girl. A majority of them, by the age of 15, they have given birth to 2, 3 children. And it hinders them from fulfilling their destiny, and it strongens their ability to succeed in life.
Yes. Looking at those angles now about early marriage.
Hello?
Yes, if you can hear me. Looking at about those angles now about early marriage, some persons have argued that it's based on their culture. That's why all of those early marriages tend to happen. So how can the recent trend now, that is global innovation, play a role in terms of, curbing out all of these early marriages?
I will say that the best thing we can do is to go into culture and see how we can identify violence against girls in cultures. Imagine a girl of 15 years getting married. She is not she's not mentally matured, she's not financially matured, she's not physically matured, going into early marriage, and they call it culture. That is violence against the girl child, sir, if you really want to look at it. And at the end of the day, you see these young girls having health complicated issues as a result of trying to bring a life to the world, like giving birth. You vaginal fistula and rectal fistula, they will pull on themselves, they will pee without knowing, and all those other complicated issues at a tender age. Meanwhile, they were supposed to be in school. If you really look at those people that use culture to catch the girl child, you see that they are going backward. The society is beginning to see the importance of training a girl child. Look at the young girl that represented Nigeria for mathematics competition in abroad, and she came back with trophies. She won a lot. So what if our parents actually decided to use culture to catch her down? Will she get to that stage of her life? We are using culture to eliminate young girls from achieving their goals and becoming great people in life. We don't even know. There are young girls who have come to this world with a potential and an ability to solve problems, but it's because of culture. Some of them, the talent and everything is gone. So I think we need to come up with policies to eliminate some of this violence against the girl child in the name of culture.
Looking at those angles now, Dorothy, how do you think that culture and education and this modern trend now, do you think that there can be a balance given the fact that our culture is our heritage, as we all know? So is there a means how culture and the recent trend of educating girls can be merged together, or how is there a way that a balance can be found?
It can be balanced, sir, but we have to first of all go into those traditional and culture to let them see the importance of training a girl child. Until we are able to break the culture of making a girl child feel that the only thing that she's good at is giving birth to children and also raising children, giving birth, kitchen, and all those things. Like our former president said that the wife's job is in the kitchen and the other room. You can imagine that, and it wasn't a good thing. And you can see that during that tenure there was nothing like a wife of the president. It wasn't there. I don't know if you get me.
Yes,
he brought in culture into government, and he was able to shut the woman up. She couldn't do anything, and women were going through things. See, culture. They say it is something that we left and it's something we inherited.
Yes.
Okay, for example, let's talk about female genital mutilation. It was a cultural practices until people started speaking out on the consequences of female genital mutilation. We had to go to places. I've been to several villages that carry out female genital mutilation to educate them on the consequences. And to tell you the gospel truth, majority of them have actually eliminated, like they have removed it as part of their culture to carry out female genital mutilation on the girl child. So what we have to do now is to continue going into those interior places, going with pictures of women who have made it in life. And we use it to motivate them, to let them know the importance of sending their girl child to school. Because I realize that if a lady is educated, outstanding, intelligent and all that, there are some men that cannot even come close to her. I don't know if you know that.
Well, you have a point there. Let's talk about workshops now. Let's
carry out sensitization on the importance of a girl child education.
Let's talk about workshops now. That is, you made mention of going to rural areas to educate people on, talking, the circumcision that you made mention of, for girls, which is totally not so good. So how key is it going to be for government and stakeholders to be able to create workshop in those rural communities to educate them on how not to have, activities or actions like that taken on girl child?
Okay. Let me speak in terms of Akwa Ibom State.
Yes.
In Akwa Ibom State, there's what we call Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law.
Okay.
It covers, laws. Those laws covers the private and the public sector, protecting the rights of women and girls, including men. Those laws were put in place in the year 2020, June 10.
Yes.
This year actually made it 4 years. And we've been going into interior villages to see how we can educate people on gender-based violence. Those cultures that are destroying the lives of young girls and women. So we are going into it. So I believe if every state decides to, come up with volunteering it according to call people, to let people know that this is not good, I believe with that things will start changing. Because this law, we actually made it in such a way that will be touched. We touched marriage, genital mutilation, widowhood right. Now in Akwa Ibom State, if you have 3 female children and you want to share property, 3 of them have right to have access to those properties. They have right to properties. They have rights to have houses and all that, even when they are married. But before it was dead. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. So looking at those angles now, let's talk about measures that can be put to protect, the girl child from human trafficking and exploitation. You have made mention of Akwa Ibom states now having laws, and it's been for 4 years now. How key is it going to be for other states and then the federal government also to follow through with these new initiatives of putting laws in place to help protect the girl child?
Actually, the VAP law is a state-to-state law.
Okay.
Each state comes up with their own laws as a result of their culture. Like, for example, like rape.
Yes.
If you rape a young girl now or a young boy, you are going to life imprisonment in Akwa Ibom State.
Okay.
But in other states, they will tell you that rape for them is 14 states will tell you it's 21 years imprisonment.
Yes.
Depending on their own culture. So now the federal government too has also keyed into this bad law of a thing, because the meeting was done in Abuja.
Yes.
And then states were sent to go back and build their own law according to their tradition. So now it's for different states activists to find out where are these laws, are they implemented in each state, because in Akwa Ibom state we are making use of it. That's what we are using in court to sentence a lot of people to prison for people that perpetrate this havoc in the society. When it comes to Akwa Ibom state, it's VAP law that we are using to sentence people to prison. So it's just activists all around to check in each state, are these laws in place? What are the contents for you to know, so that you can use that law and go into places and educate people? Because we still need to talk to people. There are people who don't even know their left from right. There are children who don't even know their rights.
Yes.
Too. So from this law, you'll be able to get yourself empowered, and then you can speak out on behalf of the girl child and see how you can build the parents and the society around them to help them become great women in future.
Let's talk about leadership now. You know, you were the first ever SUG president during your days in school, right? So now, how can girls be empowered to take leadership roles in communities?
Thank you for this question.
Yes.
Firstly, I want to say that a girl should determine. Number one is determination.
Yes.
You know, before I became the first female SUG president, I had to make inquiry what and what is required for somebody to be in this position. And I was informed that a man can never, the word never actually pushed me to work harder. Myself, I believed that I could win the election, and I checked the criteria, the academic success, everything, what you need and all that. I started working on myself towards it. You have to first of all believe in yourself that you can lead. Believe in yourself that you can be better, and then submit yourself to mentorship. You know, nowadays we have very few women who are ready to mentor young girls. And I want to encourage adults, you know, as you grow up, there are things that you need to pour out into the life of the younger ones. You know, leadership is not something that you keep to yourself. Leadership is what requires legacy.
Yes.
Hello, sir, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I'm still here.
Okay. Legacy. You know that currently is a female that is ruling. A female is a SUG president. You know,
yes.
Immediately one person breaks record, another person is motivated. So what I have to say concerning female in leadership is that to go for leadership position, there's nothing wrong with being a school prefect female. You know, they always say, no, a boy should be a school prefect. And I asked why. They can't even give me the reason. And they will tell me, because he's the head. So the woman is what? The tail. You know. And if you really look at leadership when it comes to a woman, you see that women succeed more in leadership. Do you know why?
Why?
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Why? Because we are able to multitask. It is only a woman that God created and gave excess brain cells. If you look at the brain cells of a man and that of a woman, ours is higher. We have higher brain cells. That's why we are able to multitask. We can see solution in one problem. Meanwhile, a man can only see one solution. We see solutions. 4, 5, 6 solutions to a particular problem. So if we continue to educate young girls to venture into leadership position, the society will become a better place, because when she gets there, she will see a solution in problems that is difficult for men to actually solve. So leadership is very important. We should push the young girls, encourage them to read. And then submit yourself to be their coach. You know, before we used to have mentors. I mean, women who gather young girls to build them. But now, women, very few of them are mentors. Some who call themselves mentors are users. They expect you to come to their house, clean their house, wash their car, wash their children's clothes, and they call it mentorship. No, that's not mentorship for me. That is slavery in the name of mentorship. Mentorship is giving your shoulder for a young lady to climb up and make it in life. Mentorship is being able to identify a young lady who is not able to fulfill destiny but has potentials, and you as an adult, you're able to see those potentials. You help that young lady discover her talents, her potentials, her abilities, and you help her to execute it and create impact in our own society as a result of the content that is in her. So that's mentorship for me. So expose young girls to mentorship, expose them to coaching, expose them to books, expose them to trainings, expose them to seminars, expose them to exchange visit, volunteerism, help them. Girls are intelligent. They just need a platform to flow.
All right. Dorothy Etim, thank you so much for joining us on Midday Discourse today. Sadly, this is how much time will permit us to take as on today's edition of the program. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I would love to finalize to say that it is time to listen to girls, to invest in proven solutions that will accelerate progress towards a future in which every girl can fulfill her destiny and potential. So thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful.
Thank you so much for joining us. And that's how much time will permit us to take on today's edition of our Midday Discourse. I want to say a very big thank you to Dorothy Etim, who is a gender activist, and as well as the whole production team that made today's edition possible. Many thanks for you seated at home watching. My name is Samuel Odi. I'll see you again next week as we extract other angles of topical conversations. Bye for now.